Hi, my name is Michelle and I'll be taking you through some stretches for the upper back. So we're going to start with some stretches for your neck, your shoulders and upper back, the trapezius muscle in particular, looking to stretch out your chest, your pec muscles, and then from there we'll stretch out the forearms and the side of your torso as well. I hope you guys enjoy. So we're going to start with some stretches for our neck and upper back. We're going to do a little side bending as well for the sides of the torso. We'll stretch out the forearms for us as well. So starting with the neck for me, guys. Sitting on your chair, you can sit back into the chair, but you don't want to slump into the chair. Sitting up nice and tall, stay lifted out of the hips. My bottom's just shuffled back so I can just feel the back of the chair behind my hips. Interlace your fingers, place the hands behind the head, lengthen through the neck, through the spine, draw the tummy in, and not slumping into the lower back, but bringing the chin to the chest. Allow the weight of the head to bring you into a stretch for the neck. So you might find a stretch through the base of the skull, through to the top of the neck, might even come down through to the middle of the neck. And with each breath out, just sink a little deeper into that stretch. So chin just relax a little closer through to the chest. 3 more breaths. Allow the weight of the head to bring you forward. The weight of the arms can assist in that extension, or in that flexion I should say. Flexing forward. Yeah, last 2. Last one here. Lovely. Keep the chin on the chest. Don't change where you are in space, but we're just going to rotate the head. So the chin's going to rotate towards the right armpit. And as you breathe out, just let the head sink a little closer to the chest. Staying lifted out of the lower back. And on the next breath out, can you apply a little traction, a little pressure of the head pressing into the hand. So the right side of the head presses into the right hand. Last 2 breaths. Last breath here, and on a breath out, relax, melt into the stretch a little deeper. Might find that stretch pull a little more from that right ear down through the side of the neck. And just a little exploration for me, guys. Keep the chin tucked, the slow rotation over to the left armpit. And again, just melting a little deeper into the stretch. You might find a little something new here. You might find nothing at all. But when you're ready, on a breath out, pressing the head into that left hand. So applying your own traction. Last 3. Last 2. Last breath. And on a breath out, just melt a little deeper into that stretch. Last breath in, and as you breathe out, rotate the head back to center. Bring the hands in front of the forehead, guiding the head. Slowly lever the head back up. We are sitting tall. So always assisting the muscles that you've just stretched. So depending on how heavy your head feels, you might want to go really slow, and always just keep the hands on the forehead for a little bit of assistance. We're going to stretch the side of the neck still and into the upper back, so stretching your trapezius muscle. So still sitting on your chair, grab hold on the underside of the left chair, wriggling back into that chair. Can you keep the torso nice and long? Zip up the skinny jeans and leaning across to the right knee. So you're pulling away from the anchor point being that left arm. That left shoulder melts into your back pocket. I'm just going to turn so you can see, guys, yeah? So leaning to the right, grab hold of the head with the right hand, cradle the head in that arm, and a little traction here. Breathing deeply into the stretch. Left shoulder melts into your back pocket as you're leaning across to the right. Release the hand around the head, but keep hold of the chair. A little rotation. Bring the chin to the armpit, grab hold of the hairline, and a little extra traction as you breathe out. So remember, slow, deep breaths facilitates more of a stretch. Short, shallow, quick breaths just takes you to tension. We don't want to go there. Last 2 breaths here. Last breath here. Releasing the hand around the head. Keep hold of the chair with the left hand. A little rotation to look towards the right hip. Readjust the arm around the head. And again, just a little traction with that hairline. So you want to pull the hairline up towards the ear or up towards the crown of the head. Last 2 breaths here. Last breath in. Last breath out. Slowly bring the torso back to being centered. Release the left hand from the chair. Slowly slide the right hand down to the forehead. Guide the head back up to restacking it up above the shoulders. Right hand comes down. Grab hold of that chair on the right. Leaning over to the left for me, guys. We're doing the same on the other side. Grab the left hand. Bring it up and over. Cradling the head. Bring the head over to the left. So the right shoulder's melting into your back pocket, creating a little traction with that left arm through that hairline. So you're not thinking about pulling the head over, you're thinking about lengthening the skin from the back of the neck. And then releasing that hand from around the head, a little slow rotation. Bring the chin towards the left armpit. Readjust that left hand. And again, a little more traction. Slow, easy movements. Big, deep breaths. Last 2 breaths here. Keeping hold of the chair with that right arm. Releasing the head with the left. A little rotation so the head turns towards the left hip. Again, readjusting the hand around the head. Applying a little extra traction from that hairline. So pulling that hairline up a little closer to the crown of the head. Last 2 breaths. Last breath in. Last breath out. Slowly bring the torso back to center. Slowly releasing the right hand from the chair. Bring the left hand down to the forehead and guide the head back up to sitting tall. Lovely work for me, guys. Just 3 shoulder rolls here. Breath in through the nose, breath out through the mouth. So here we're just exploring, seeing what you feel. Is there still a tightness there? Do you need to go again? Or do we need to find a different stretch? So reversing your shoulder rolls for 3, for 2, for 1. So we've stretched the neck and a little bit of the upper back. I'm going to stretch out the chest and the upper back as well. So holding onto the back of the chair, sitting a little further forward onto the chair, feet placed on the floor. Can you breathe in, feel the lungs, lift the chest. And breath out, bring it back down. So as you breathe in, lifting the heart, might lift the chin a little arch through the upper back. And a breath out, bring it back down. One more here like this, yeah? Small movement, reaching up through the ribs, lifting the heart, lifting the chin, arching the upper back. Lower back stays in a neutral position. And a breath out, we bring it back home. So we're going to continue with the stretch for the chest. So I need you to stand and we need to find a wall. So I'm just going to use the cabinetry here, but you might like to use a doorway or just a wall in a hallway. So really important to bring that right shoulder up, over and back. You want to stay open through the collarbone. Now you're going to place the right hand onto the wall Elbow and hand are on the wall. The lower the arm is, the nicer it might feel for the shoulder if you've got shoulder issues. If there's no shoulder issues and you've got oodles of wall, you might bring the hand up a little higher, but you don't want to curl forward from that right shoulder. So the whole body now is going to rotate away from that right arm. So the head turns over the left, the torso turns to the left, the hips are turning to the left, and we should find that stretch through the pec muscle here on that right side. No pain or discomfort through the lower back. Zip up the skinny jeans. Might need a little pelvic tilt to keep everything out of the lower back. Last 2 breaths. Last breath in, last breath out, and a slow release. So a bigger muscle group can hold the stretch for longer, but we'll just take it for 5 to 7 breaths here. But for you, you might like to hang there a little longer. Thinking about that left shoulder now, we bring it up, we bring it over, set it into the back pocket, and we come over to the wall. Hand goes onto the wall, as is the elbow. Draw the tummy in, and a slow, gentle rotation away from that left arm. Again, looking for the stretch from that pec on that left side. Looking over the right shoulder. Hold it for 3 more breaths. For 2. Last breath in. Last breath out. And relax. A slow release. Coming up and away from the wall. So again, you can do a pec stretch for a little longer if you feel you need. But we are now going to move on to the forearms for me, guys. So if you scribe a lot or if you're on your mouse a lot, a nice one to do, yeah? Fingers point out straight ahead, palms face the ceiling. Spread the fingers out wide. We're going to use your chair. So grab the chair. You could use your desk or the wall as well. So the fingers are still spread out wide. Placing the fingers and the heels of the hand on the chair for me, please. Keep the fingers spread out wide. Draw the tummy in, support that lower back, and a slow lean back to the wall behind you gives you the stretch through the forearm, yeah? Just breathe. Big breath in through the nose, big breath out through the mouth. And now, not pressing the body into the chair, but pressing the fingertips and the heels of the hands into the chair. You want to press the chair down into the floor from the hands, not from the body. Find a little more press to find a little more stretch. Last 2 breaths. Last breath here. And relax. Slowly lifting the hands off the chair. Spreading out the fingers still. We're going to concentrate on just the left hand. Press that left hand down on the chair. Keep the fingers as spread out as you can. You can adjust those fingers here if you need. Heel of the hand presses down. Fingers are spread out wide. Draw the tummy in. Lean back to the wall behind you again. Thinking about each individual finger, guys. Going to lean over to the thumb. Heel of the hand is still on the chair. Lean over to the pointer finger. Heel of the hand still presses into the chair. Lean into that middle finger. Over to the ring finger. Over to your pinky. And we're going to reverse it. Still pressing down into the heel of the hand. Don't let it lift. Pressing over to the little finger. Bring it over to the ring finger. Slowly over to the middle. Your pointer. The thumb. Back to the middle. And a slow release. Slowly pick up that hand. Same on the right hand for me, guys. Spread the fingers out. Placing the hand on the chair. Adjusting those fingers if they need adjusting. Place the body wherever feels comfortable. Keep the heel of the hand heavy into the chair. A little lean back. One side's always a little easier than the other to stretch. Thinking about the thumb for me first. Leaning over to the thumb. Heel of the hand stays heavy on the chair. Leaning over to that pointer finger.
Bring it around towards that middle finger. Bring it to that ring finger. All the way over to the pinky. Keep pressing into the heel of the hand. Let's take it back from the little finger over to the ring finger, to the middle, over to that pointer, over to the thumb, and a slow release. Lovely work for me, guys. One more stretch for the upper back. A scatter cushion would be lovely for me, guys. I like to use a scatter cushion because this chair isn't as arched. Depending on your chair at home or in the office, you might not need the scatter cushion in play. So place the scatter cushion on the chair, squidge yourself all the way up into the chair, draw the tummy in. Again, we interlace those fingers, hands behind the head, find the tuck of the chin. So you're looking for a little double chin feeling. Draw the tummy in, allow the back to lift and arch over your cushion, not losing the chin from the chest. Breath out, bring it back home. So the chin stays on the chest. You don't want to be saying CCs. You're not nodding your head. Lengthen through the spine. Draw the tummy in, lifting up and lifting over. We arch gently. And breath out to bring it back home. One more here. Breath in, lifting up. Lifting over. Breath out to bring it home. So always feeling like you could lengthen through the spine before you arch it up and over will facilitate a nice lengthening feeling through the spine. Again, because we're at the desk and we end up slumped forward. So this is a nice one to just counterbalance what we might do. Getting rid of that. One more stretch here for me, guys. A little side stretch to stretch out the side of your ribs. So the side of your torso. Legs are out wide. You're sitting to the front sort of quarter of the chair. Grab hold underneath the chair with the right hand, yeah? So I'm just going to bring myself over so there's room. Up nice and tall, leaning over to the right. Bring the left hand over to the ear. Let that left hand way down the body to reach over to the right. So we're stretching out that left side. Left hip is heavy into the chair. Don't let the left hip lift. As you melt a little deeper into that stretch. Last 2 breaths here. Big breath in. And here on the last one, as you breathe out, slowly bring it forward. Slowly bring it down. Hands come towards the floor. Release the chair. Breath in. Breath out. Scoop the tummy. Roll all the way back up. So again, we don't want to work the stretched muscle because he's not going to work as comfortably and as well for us after a nice stretch. So here, sitting up nice and tall, place equal pressure through both feet. Grab hold under your chair with that left hand. Find yourself anchored into that chair. Press that right hip heavy into the chair, leaning to the left. Right hand comes up and over, and the weight of that hand is just going to take us across to that stretch. Hold it for 3. Hold it for 2. One more breath in. One more breath out. Slowly rolling forward on a breath out. Bring the hands down. Release the chair. And slowly rolling all the way back up. Lovely work for me, guys. So that was our little stretch routine for the neck, the upper back, the chest, and the side of the torso, as well as the forearms. Feel free to take those stretches for as long as you need. I like to aim anywhere between 6 and 10 breaths. Normally when I hold the stretches, we didn't hold them as long here today. But if you need a little more, you could go through them again. Hope you enjoyed, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.